the king of the First Nations people has come forward. The legitimate king of all the First Nations tribes has come forward. And he's gone round to tribes and had ceremony with them. And these old blokes who are 90, 100, who've never met him before, they're all sitting there out in the middle of the outback, and he turns up and they do this. We've been waiting for you. Because it's their prophecy. They knew. And they know he's who he is. Now, I spoke to him a couple of days ago. There's 500 tribes. 250 of them, he's already done ceremony and they've all signed off and appointed a grid. Another 150 have agreed, he just has to do ceremony with them, and there's only another 100 that he needs to go and see. And this is what they've done. I'm going to hand this out. That's a copy of my affidavit, by the way, if anyone wants to have a look at it. You can see it's quite extensive. It covers everything. They applied to the International Intellectual Properties Commission. The World International Intellectual Properties Commission. And they said, these corporations have been using our sacred totems, that are our sacred totems, for 60,000 years, and they're using them criminally in their coats of arms. All the state coats of arms, Commonwealth coats of arms. You can see all the documentation, I'll share it around. International Commission comes back and says, yes, they're your totems, no one else can use them. Which means every single state government, every single corporation that uses this is acting unlawfully and criminally. Who was the guy in Northern Territory, the Premier up there, Gunner? You know how he resigned really fast? It was 2 days after he received this document. McGowan in Western Australia, he resigned really fast. Oh, I want to spend time with my family. It was 2 days after he got these documents.
Hurry up!
Hurry up! So they're now in the process of giving these documents to Palisek and all of these premiers, and you watch them bail the shit.
ASAP.
It's happening.
She's a
What
bitch.
punishment would be dealt to these premiers, ultimately? They can't just go and live a nice life and retire.
That's going to be not for us to determine. That will be determined by the king. He will determine it under tribal law of this land. Because they've committed crimes against the people on this land of fraud and deception and all of that, and he will determine the punishment.
So is that also the federal government?
Yep.
That's why they're pushing this voice.
Yeah, like what's the referendum that tries to say yes?
Okay. If the First Nations people referendum, understand that there is less than 1% of the First Nations people who vote yes. And they're the ones who are being paid by the government to promote this. All the big corporations, all the sporting organisations, they're all being paid huge amounts of money to say, we support the yes, we support the yes. It's all corporation.
Corporation, speak to corporations.
Even if the yes vote goes through, where does it apply?
Norfolk Island.
Norfolk Island, because that's where Australia is. But this is going to come in and short-circuit everything. And here's the beautiful things. The king's name is Yulukai. And he's a character. When I first met him, I'm standing outside waiting to go into the meeting.
Could you spell his name so we could...
Yeah, capital U, Luki. And you might find stuff about him on YouTube if you punch it in. And I'm just standing there waiting to go into the meeting. And there's a couple of blokes standing outside. And he just comes up and he says, "G'day mate, how you doing?" "G'day brother." And I said, "Oh, I'm Alex." And he says, "Yeah, I'm Yulukai." And I went, "King Yulukai?" He said, "Yeah, that's me brother." I said, "Well, with the greatest respect, how should I address you?" And he just looks at me and goes, "Mate, brother, you're my brother." He's so down to earth, he's got a great sense of humour. And he wants the land to be free for all people equally. So all this fright about, oh, they're going to take our land back from me, he says, no. No. We're not going to play their bullshit game. We're going to set the groundwork for the whole rest of the world. We're all living men and women. And so long as we respect each other and we respect the land, that's it. You want to hear him talk. Swears like a trooper. He'll tell you about, he's had interactions with beings. And these dark beings, like 8-9 foot tall, came up to him when he was sitting in the car. And they said, why are you fighting us? And he wasn't scared of them. He turned around, excuse my French, I'm going to quote him, so put your ears in your ears. He said, because you fuckers broke the contract. Now fuck off my land. He takes no bullshit. You think he's scared of the Australian government, all these people? No, he said, mate, they're trembling because of me. And we're putting all the pieces in place for all of this to happen. So don't be fearful that people are going to take your land. They're going to threaten to, but they can't. And we've got all the documents that can stall all of that and make them accountable. You want to get your claims for fraud lined up nice and quick. All right, any other questions on any other